Hello everyone, I'm Harvey and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. As you can see, I finished 4th overall and 1st in England in the 2021 season in FPL, and I would like to share some tips and tricks to help you along your FPL journey. Let's dive straight into it. So I managed to get 64 points in game week 20, which was 4 above the average. So yeah, an average week really. Obviously Salah again returning, a nice shock there, but it was only a goal this time and no bonus, which was a little bit frustrating, but at the same time most of the community did actually captain Salah, so yeah, not much gained or lost there from that captaincy choice. Obviously Palmer did outscore him. He got a goal and 3 bonus in the end, which was bumped up to 3 after the deadline, or after the game week ended, which is quite frustrating, as I've mentioned in previous videos. For people that don't have Palmer, it's a weird way of doing the bonus point system, but yeah, we have to live with it at the moment. And then obviously Gordon actually got a goal against Spurs away as well. He could have had more in that game. As you can see, he got 0.62 expected goals, but I don't think that's a true figure in terms of the chances that he actually got in the game. But yeah, he did return for me, so I'm not going to complain that much. Obviously Mateta, he got a goal as well against Chelsea at home, which was unexpected to be honest, but he also racked up 2 bonus as well, so yeah, not going to complain. And he's been a nice transfer in really. Obviously he disappointed against Southampton at home, but he made up for it against Chelsea at home, so yeah, he's a long-term hold really going forward if he doesn't get injured or yeah, for whatever reason gets suspended or whatever. But yeah, he's obviously in the team for the foreseeable future. And obviously Chris Wood, the signing for this week, or last week technically, obviously he's got Liverpool at home in 21, so I'm not going to play him, but going forward I think the fixtures are good from an attacking perspective, so yeah, that's the reason why I sort of brought him in against Wolves away, and he did chip in with a goal and 2 bonus. He was quite quiet actually in that game apart from the goal, which he took really well, so he's just that kind of FPL asset that only turns up in the right areas, and he's just a goal scorer really. So yeah, nothing pretty, but he does rack up the FPL points nicely. So yeah, glad I brought him in. And obviously Alexander ISAK returning once again. He did get booked, but he made up for it with a 2 bonus, so I think he was actually on track for 9 points in the end, but obviously that changed as soon as he got that booking, and then obviously he got relegated to 2 bonus points. So yeah, still happy with the 7-pointer, and again he was my vice captain, so there's no difference between him and Salah's points in hindsight. So yeah, obviously I would have captained Palmer looking back, but yeah, obviously Salah I think was the best captaincy choice for this week. In the defence, obviously it was quite disappointing, and Trent probably put in one of his worst performances since since coming through the academy at Liverpool. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of people that are umming and ahhing about taking him out, but he's not a problem until he becomes a problem in my eyes. So obviously if he doesn't start in the next game against Forest, then obviously I will look to move him on in the near future, but at the moment he's just a great asset, and I think people are forgetting that he got 15 points against West Ham last game week. So yeah, he's for me a hold at the moment, and I've got no intentions of selling him on. So yeah, obviously he's going to be in the team next week. Obviously Konsa, Leicester conceded. Leicester scored against Villa, and that meant that they conceded. So obviously Konsa didn't get the clean sheet, and they had expected goals of 0.41, which is why I'm a little bit frustrated. But yeah, that's the tail of the tape really with the Villa defence at the moment, because they don't keep many clean sheets, and they somehow find a way to concede in the last 10 minutes or added time. So yeah, frustrating, but what can you do? And then obviously I wasn't expecting a clean sheet away at Brighton for Arsenal, but yeah, obviously they had 1.52 expected goals against, so one's probably quite fortunate in hindsight in terms of conceding. So yeah, Riot's got an extra point for the save that he made against Brighton away. But yeah, I'm not going to panic about the Arsenal defence, even though they haven't kept the clean sheet in the last 2 games. But Yeah, I'm not going to spend the transfer on them, and yeah, because it'll be either a sideways move or a backwards move in terms of the players you could bring in. I might be tempted to bring in Pickford for Raya, because it's been announced that Everton and Liverpool have a double game week on 24. So as you can see with Salah, yeah, so they're playing Everton away and Bournemouth away in the same game week, which is where I might play my triple captain chip, as I do still have it. If you don't still have it, I imagine you'd probably look to play the assistant manager chip when it becomes available. But yeah, for me, in my situation, I'm going to play that triple captain. But yeah, an average week really. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Looking ahead to my game week 21 team. It's a Tuesday evening deadline. I'm recording this on Tuesday morning, so yeah, it's a bit of a rush to get this video out, but yeah, obviously it's a 6 PM deadline, so make your transfers before then. But yeah, this is the team. Obviously the back line, it looks pretty decent apart from the Arsenal defenders really, because I think Spurs will score against them. But yeah, I have no other option, because obviously Valdemarson doesn't play for Brentford, and even if he did, he's got Man City, so yeah, he wouldn't be an option anyway. I could potentially play Konsa instead of Gabriel, but I've just got no intention to do that with Aston Villa's defensive frailties at the moment. So yeah, obviously the Arsenal back line is in. I'm starting Trent as well and hoping that he starts against Forest away and hoping that he isn't a problem, because I think there's a bit of an overreaction in the media at the moment in terms of his performances, but he did score midweek against or at the weekend against Accrington Stanley in the cup, so yeah, he's obviously in form in terms of goal scoring form, but defensively he does lack a little bit, which is why I think he's receiving such flack from the media at the moment. But hopefully he will start and put in a good performance. And then also I've got Lewis Hall, who comes in against Wolves at home. He's rocked up to 21% owned now, so yeah, if you haven't got him already, you've probably just about missed the boat, unless you bring him in for this week against Wolves at home. But as you can see, there's a reason why he's shot up to 21% owned, because the last 5 games, he's racked up loads of points, especially for a defender, and he got 2 assists against Leicester, and 3 bonus as well, which is the game I benched him for, which in hindsight was a mistake. But yeah, if you don't have him, he's probably the best sub £5 million defender at the moment, if you're looking in that direction. But yeah, obviously he makes the team this week, and hopefully he'll get a clean sheet and maybe some attacking returns. And obviously Salah, the possible captain for this week, I've got the armband on him at the moment, just because he's the best asset in FPL at the moment. And although Forest away is a difficult fixture, I think they're the 3rd in terms of their expected goals conceded, and obviously away from home is more difficult than at home. But yeah, I think it's a no-brainer really. Obviously Palmer's got the home fixture this week against Bournemouth, but again, Bournemouth are good defensively, so I think it's a toss-up between those two. But in my opinion, I think Salah's the easy choice, and obviously I've got the vice on Gordon at the moment just as a differential, but really it's just on Salah, and then the vice doesn't really matter because well, hopefully Salah starts and does actually play some minutes. But yeah, I think the vice is relevant this week because Salah will play. But yeah, I've got on Gordon at the moment just purely because I think he's got the best fixture on paper. Maybe Leicester away's a shout as well, with Eze, as I'll talk about in a minute, who's the transfer in for this week. But yeah, I think even if ISAK is out, which I don't think will be the case, I think he will start and play near 90 minutes. Gordon will be on penalties, as we saw midweek or at the weekend in the Cup. So yeah, obviously he's on advice at the moment. And obviously Palmer, just touched on him. He's become more creative in recent weeks, which isn't great for FPL, but he has popped up with a few goals. It's just that his points have slightly declined a little bit since game week 16. He's only got 2 goals in that time. But at the same time, he is racking up decent data, like Ipswich away. He got 0.74 expected goal involvements, for example, and he only came away with 2 points. So yeah, he's definitely a hold at the moment. And yeah, definitely a possible captaincy choice for this week, but I'm going for Salah just to play it safe a little bit. And then the transfer in for this week, obviously I've sold Justin Kluivert from Bournemouth. His fixtures do turn in. He's got Chelsea away this week, which on paper isn't a difficult attacking fixture, but at the same time I feel like it's the perfect opportunity to bring him in, because obviously he had that Southampton at home game and I missed him for that one, where he got a 10-pointer, and then he got an assist again against Chelsea as well. So he's in form, and I believe he scored midweek as well, if I'm not mistaken, in the Cup. So yeah, I'm really looking at this fixture run going forward, and yeah, I can't see him being dropped until possibly game week 32 when their fixtures turn. But yeah, he's just a long-term hold for me, and there is a possibility that him and Mateta are sharing penalties as well. So if Palace do actually get a penalty, then it might be him that takes it. And he is still on some set pieces now and again. Obviously, I think Adam Wharton has taken a few off him, but at the same time, I think his open play goal threat is really good. So yeah, he was the transfer in this week, and he's only 6.6 million at the moment, which is only 0.7 million more than his teammate Ismail Assar. I just see Eze being as the better FPL asset than Sarr, even though Sarr's expected minutes are probably more at the moment. So yeah, obviously he's only 8-point-something owned, isn't he? Yeah, 8.6% owned. So yeah, I'm backing Eze this week, and hopefully he will repay me the favour. But yeah, obviously the next midfielder is Rodgers. Everton away is not a great fixture, but as we've seen against City, he can score against anyone. And again, I benched that 14-pointer, which is quite painful, but yeah, he's just a great asset, and when I need him, which for this week I do, he slots into the team nicely. So yeah, no problems with starting him. And Gordon I've already touched on. ISAK, he has suffered a little bit of a hamstring issue, and Eddie Howe said he hopes that he'll be fine, but Eddie Howe is the most vague manager in his press conferences. So yeah, hopefully he will be fine against Wolves at home, because I think that'll be a goal fest. But yeah, my prediction is that he will start and hopefully play near 90 minutes. But yeah, again, I know nothing about his hamstring issue, so hopefully it's just a little knock or a little tweak, rather than being a long-term thing. But yeah, I think he'll start, and hopefully he will. Obviously Mateta, previous signing for me, so as I said, he's done pretty well in the Chelsea fixture, and obviously disappointed against Southampton, but yeah, you can't expect points every week. And then same as Eze, the fixtures just look really good up until 32 really. So yeah, he's obviously in the team, and again, he's sharing penalties with Eze, so if he does get a penalty, then hopefully he dispatches it nicely. So Chris Wood has to be the one that drops out this week, and he does have Liverpool, so yeah, it's not the end of the world. He can score against anyone at the moment, but yeah, just saving him for that Southampton at home fixture in 22 really. And then going forward, I think the fixtures aren't that bad in terms of attacking fixtures, so yeah, he's in the team, but he's on the bench for this week. And obviously Konsa, he's on the bench just because of that Aston Villa defensive nightmare really that's happening at the moment, because I can't get a clean sheet to save my life. So yeah, he's on the bench, but he is first in terms of my defenders. So for whatever reason, if Trent misses out or one of the other two miss out, then he will come on. And then Nuri, I've still got him, and most people have actually sold him by now. I've only retained him just purely because he's not going down in price, and I don't really need to move him on. And maybe it might be the case where I'd hold on to him until that nice fixture run in from 27 onwards. But yeah, for the foreseeable future, he's just going to be last on my bench. And he can pop up with a return against anyone as well, because he's quite attacking, but at the same time, he's pretty much last on my bench every week. So yeah, if for whatever reason, again, if 2 defenders drop out or 3 players in total drop out, then obviously he will come on. But yeah, he's last on the bench for me. But yeah, that's the team for this week. I did get a small red arrow to 140k last week, so hopefully I get a green one this week and edge towards that top 100k. But yeah, good luck with your teams, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you for watching this episode. If you could please like, subscribe and comment on what I should do next, that would be great. See you in the next one.